Next type of algorithm is a priority scheduling. See, here in the priority scheduling, we have got two types again. We can do the non-preemptive as well as the preemptive scheduling. So, as we have done in a SJF can be done in a preemptive as well as non-preemptive way. And priority also can be done in a non-preemptive and preemptive way. Okay, so let us see the first problem in the priority scheduling. Unless in the previous problems we have done the based on arrival time, based on the birth time, now we are going to perform based on the priority. See, priority means it is going to be assigned in the numbers. You can just see in this tabular form. See here, the process P2 is having a priority 1, the process P3, P4 and having their own priorities 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. So 1 means here highest priority, 2 means next highest, 3 means next highest and so on. Okay, so if he is not given in a question, so you can follow this order, 1 as the highest priority. Sometimes he is going to give in the question itself. Consider least 1 is the highest priority, or sometime he is also going to give highest number will be having the lowest priority. Okay, he will mention. Okay, so based on that you can perform. If he has not given anything in the question, then you can always assume 1 is the highest priority. Okay, so now in this problem also 1 is the highest priority, 5 is the lowest priority. Okay, so read the statement here. Consider the following set of processes assumed to have arrived at a time 0. So time 0 anta kottidare. So means we need to write what? All the process coming at the time interval 0. So write 0. It is question part only, not a solution. Okay, all the process coming at time interval 0. When all the process coming at the time interval 0 same time, so you can perform only non-preemptive. Even you can perform non-preemptive when the arrival time is in different conditions. Okay, so but in a arrival time with the same timings, so you can only perform non-preemptive, whereas when the arrival time is different, you can perform non-preemptive as well as the preemptive both. And this example is focused on the non-preemptive priority scheduling. Okay, so let us start drawing the Gantt chart. So at 0 millisecond as usual you have got a process P1. Okay, and observe all the process are in 0 milliseconds only. Okay, so here all the process arrived at the 0 milliseconds only, and now we need to observe the priority. In the previous problem we observed about the burst time, so the process which is having the least burst time is going to be considered. Now I am going to consider the highest priority process when all the process arrived at the same time. So now highest priority process is P2. I am going to schedule the process P2 now, because he is having highest priority, that is first priority. Okay, and he is having the burst time of 1 millisecond. Next priority process is process P5. So he is having the burst time of, that is 5 milliseconds. So it will be 6. Next priority process is P1. He is having a burst time of 10 milliseconds. So it will be 16. Okay. Next priority is P3. And he is having a burst time of 2 milliseconds. So it will be 18. And next priority is P4 process. Okay. And he will be having 1 millisecond. So it will be 19. Okay. So all the process is having the same arrival time. In such cases, I am performing a non-preemptive example. So I need to consider the process which is having highest priority first, next highest priority next, and so on. Okay. So then writing the completion time is same as the previous. So start from the right side. So process P1 completed at how many milliseconds? 16. P2 completed at 1 millisecond, and 18 millisecond, 19 milliseconds and 6 millisecond. That apply the formula. So CT minus 80, since 80 is 0, 0, 0, you can just copy the CT only, that is 16, 1, 18, 19 and 6. Waiting time formula, so that is turnaround time minus burst time, you are going to get 6, 0, 16, 18 and 1. this remains same. This formula remains same throughout all the 4 algorithms. Okay, so this chart drawing depends on the preemptive and non-preemptive. By looking at the chart itself, you can tell this is a non-preemptive because you can observe process has not been switched, means process is not been repeated. Okay, so once it got execution, it is going to complete, so that is why it is going to terminate as a non-preemptive. Okay, so in preemptive, you can see in the previous preemptive SJF, so process were repeated, P1 repeated. So by looking at the chart itself, we can tell it is a preemptive process, but it is not a case in a non-preemptive. Okay, so that completes the problem. So average waiting time as usual, so write all the processes 6, 0, 16, 18 plus 1 divided by 5 processes, so you are going to get 5 milliseconds as a answer. Okay, so you are going to get 5 milliseconds. So that is about the priority scheduling, priority non-preemptive scheduling. Okay, so priority non-preemptive, just as a FCFS, just as a SJF non-preemptive. SJF non-preemptive means you are going to consider the burst time. Okay, here you are going to consider the priority. That's it.